regret nothing. Welcome to the Running with Scissors I Regret Nothing podcast.
Well, you guys need to hit the fucking mute button when I tell you to shut up. There's a mute button on your screen, but it's no. You don't have to
said
anymore.
Mute yourself.
No. We're live. You don't.
Oh, we're live now.
You don't. Have to
Oh,
do that.
Hey,
okay.
welcome everybody. We were less than 30 seconds to start, and Mike was already regretting having his lovely wife, McKinley.
No. I wasn't regretting anything. I just was trying to tell you and my wife to shut up.
But because we wouldn't, you were regretting it, and that goes against your whole "I regret nothing" t-shirt.
I never actually said I don't actually regret anything. I just would never put it on a shirt. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We've heard that before, dude.
No, you've heard that.
I mean, I regret stuff from just this past weekend.
I regret stuff I did like on Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is.
This past weekend, actually. Well, actually, before I do that, obviously everybody knows who Eric is. He's done a couple of these with me now. So if you've been paying attention, this is E-Vizzy, Eric Varela.
What's up?
He does some writing for Running with Scissors. You probably think it's not funny, but that's because we're not funny, and it's just making us less funny. So thank you for your input.
All right, I'll just go fuck myself.
He's pretty funny also, and he's a sidekick to a DJ, so that's kind of cool too.
I swear to God.
I wouldn't call him a sidekick. I'd call him like his little mini me next to him.
The hype man. He's the hype man,
basically.
Without like any hype.
Babysitter. The word you're both looking for is babysitter.
Evie.
Yeah.
Eric does sit next to a DJ at a booth every weekend, and he's like his hype man, but he never gets a microphone. That is a shame.
Right.
Monk should give you a microphone one of these days.
He really should, because I'd be like, DJ Khaled.
And you're so funny. You're so funny. Like, people should give you more opportunities to talk.
That is so funny.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Hey, McKinley, what are you doing after this? Because I see that Mike isn't home.
Well, I'm going to continuously check his location to see when he's on his way home, and then I'll do all the dishes that I've made all day before he gets home.
Well, I'll come help
because that
you
would
do
be
the dishes.
Oh yeah, come help me do the dishes.
So anyway,
it looks like your dishwasher's broken.
I'm introducing you guys still. You guys can sext each other separately. But that beautiful woman in the top of your screen, that's my wife. Her name's McKinley. I'm sure you've heard me talk about her plenty of times. I put her Animal Crossing friends code at the bottom of her box there in case you want to hop over to her island and give her some shit. I see she's going to be playing like in the middle of this podcast, which doesn't surprise me.
Add me immediately.
She can't
come to my island to watch the live showing.
The live showing. You can actually.
Hey, Mike, make sure that you're reading whatever people are saying, because I can't see.
Yeah, I have it moving, and I actually have a question sheet that one of my guys is supposed to be.
Questions about me? Is that what's the topic today?
No. I'm gonna post the question sheet for Pedro. I just sent you the question sheet. You could just, post some questions in there since Marston's probably still in his meeting. Not a big deal, and then we can sort of answer them as we move on. Someone says, I already gave you gray hair, babe, but that's not gray hair. It's blue.
And that's Eric. Oh wait, yeah, my hair's gray.
I was gonna say, it is. We do kind of have matching.
And look, it's like a turquoise. It's very mermaid-esque right now.
Is it turquoise down there?
No, I was pissed actually when she got home. I said, "Why did Kiko not color your pubes?"
It just didn't come up.
Well, okay. We're gonna get brown drapes and I guess just red carpet.
She's blonde.
Yeah,
she's blonde, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that if the colors don't match, the room is off.
Yeah, well, my wife's not a room, and she is off, so that's fine.
So this is live right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
don't say anything you don't want your mother to hear, because she just might listen to this podcast later.
Okay, that's fine. Well, next subject.
You're done talking
so
about
introducing me, Mike finally, I kept complaining that he didn't talk about me on podcasts.
We talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
I don't listen to them.
She does not listen. John, my partner John, he said careful of the nip slips. So be very careful. Hey.
I will.
This is a PG
Do I have to be careful
podcast.
too?
This is PG.
Whoopsie.
This shit PG.
Okay.
So since our last broadcast, which was the last live one was prior to the Uva interview, we did the Uva interview. Since the Uva interview, the apocalypse has happened.
It really has. The ninth circle of hell has opened. Welcome, everybody.
Really, I mean, we were talking about it with Uva, how things are getting crazy and how he can't wait to make another Postal movie and yada, yada, yada. And then Postal happened. Postal actually happened.
Do you blame yourself at all?
I told you guys last time I saw the meme that said, Earth is fine, GTA 5 becomes free, the riots start, and that actually did happen. I mean, I don't want to call what's happening a riot in general. There are people that are rioting, but there's protests all over the world, and
the mountains are on fire here.
The mountains in Tucson are on fire. Yeah, I actually took a picture. I just went to go get a COVID antibody test before this, and I was driving up Swan, and the way the smoke was looking today. Yesterday it was like the haze was everywhere. It was like almost covering the mountains. Today it's like just this vertical, almost like a nuclear explosion coming out of the mountains today. It's pretty crazy looking. I will make sure to post that on Twitter later because it's pretty fucked up. We got a major Mordor situation that you can see from my patio, which is pretty cool and scary as fuck at the same time. I do know quite a few people that live like right there. Like Aaron and his wife, they live like right over that ridge.
And I think we're doing the lottery for the Hunger Games coming up, so get your kids ready.
Are you going to volunteer as tribute, Eric?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have your fighting skills?
He has the age limit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely I do. It's my wit.
I feel like Eric never read Hunger Games.
I feel like Eric would probably win.
But you saw the movie.
I didn't read Hunger Games. But I do know that one of the actresses from the movies had nudies leak.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
More importantly, from the movie Hunger Games came the fappening, and with the fappening came naked photos of Jennifer Lawrence, which none of us looked at because that's illegal.
Correct.
But if you have that 6-digit password on your phone, you're good, or
right? If you have if you have 2-factor auth on all of your accounts, you're fine.
Multi-factor authentication is best.
Right.
Cool.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're not all in the financial industry.
The complicated password.
Yeah. So we had a curfew in Tucson. I don't know if anybody listening had one of those. It was like we were little kids and we had to be home by a certain time, except if you're going to a bar or a business or going to eat or getting a drink or anything.
You could still do that?
You could do anything but walk around or protest or party.
Talking about this weekend, right? So like this weekend, actually, I was at the studio of said DJ we were talking about, having a good time in the wee hours in the morning. And I got a call from somebody to come over to her house. And I just didn't think twice about it. So I started walking from one to the other. And about halfway through, I realized I am definitely in violation of curfew.
Right.
I'm in public drunk, and so now I'm like, is it better if I start being like incognito and like run behind cars and try not to get seen? Does that make me look worse?
I just see you scurrying from car to car.
Like, do I say I was working somewhere, and even though it closed at 8:00 and it's like 3 a.m. and I'm just going home from work? What happens if I get caught? But thankfully, I did not get caught.
Well, I mean, technically.
And did you actually make it to her house?
I did make it to her house.
Technically, our little get together on
was
Friday
a violation.
Yeah. I mean, we only had a couple people over, and they weren't over that late. But nobody was there taking care of us. We were just doing karaoke, and we did socially distant, and nobody shared any microphones.
Because only the three of us sang.
Yeah,
and we have three mics.
But we kept our own microphone the whole time.
So I'll tell you this.
That's probably our favorite thing.
When you got Ubers that night, though, there was a big red banner that came across that said, there's a curfew in effect. Is this essential travel? And it made you hit yes or no.
It said it on your car?
No, well, no, it said it on the app. There's not a banner in the car, you silly goose.
Continue.
I swear.
So you did violate curfew after us.
Twice.
I want to know.
So
You're growing up so fast.
I am growing up so fast, but there are plenty of other colorful stories that I have.
So since this episode is based on me, I had a first question that you just reminded me of. What is your favorite karaoke song that I sing?
For me, for you?
Yeah.
What was that second one you did that night?
Linkin Park in the End?
No.
I don't know if it was that one or
did,
something else.
It was like Aladdin or something.
Yeah, it was
A Whole
Aladdin.
New World?
Yeah, Whole
Part
New
of Your
World.
World?
I really liked that one. And then also, so a lot of people don't know this on this. I'm sure nobody does. I used to work in concert lighting for a long time. And that's actually where I met Mike, so to speak. We played hockey earlier than that, but nonetheless. So I did concert lighting. And as you can imagine, after you've, done lights for thousands and thousands of bands, local bands mostly, they always have one question as soon as they get off stage. And that is,
where's the Coke?
No. What was your favorite song I did? What was your favorite song? And so all of us people that work in concerts, we have a very standard answer that works very well. And you just say, I really liked your second one. And then they say the name of it and you're like, yeah, oh, dude, that one was really good. And then they tell you a bit about it and then you move on your day. And it just makes it a lot easier. If you're like, oh man, you remember all the way back to the second song of the set. So anyway, I really like the second song that you did at karaoke.
Oh, great. Thanks so much. What about you, babe?
I really liked when you sang the song by Lady Gaga.
Ugh, you guys are the worst. You're so vague. This is the vaguest. Fine, I will throw
we
away
do karaoke.
This list that I prepared of my favorite songs that you've done and the dates we sang them together.
I'm sorry, I didn't give you I didn't give you homework and you didn't give me homework before this event. And we do karaoke so often that I can't just pull out of my ass my favorite song that you do karaoke. I mean, I could.
But you do sing really well. I'll give you that. I mean,
yeah, my favorite song that you do karaoke, you didn't even do that night. So.
But I'm just saying in general. It didn't have to be that night.
You said that your question was that night.
It reminded me of that night.
No. Your question was, what was your favorite song that I sang that night?
Okay, whatever.
And like I said, it was the second one you did.
Right.
Next question.
And so, yeah. So name the one that any night that you've ever heard me sing. What's your favorite song that I do?
Aretha Franklin.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to sing? Do you want to sing for people?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you did it at our wedding.
I'm not ready.
You did it at our wedding, impromptu.
Yeah, and our other fun fact between the threesies of us is that Eric was our wedding officiant.
Yes, actually, this little throuple on screen right now was
we were on the altar.
We were on the altar, yeah. I was going to say the dais, but I'm not sure that's the right word.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. And there was a bee up there too, if I remember.
Right, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. There was a bee that attacked her flowers, if you know what I mean. And
I was like, oh hell no, I am not getting stung today. Like it's a bad omen.
And I was all fat, and I was waving my little sausage fingers at the bee.
And you're all cute, and you're like, here's my little book. Here.
Yeah, I was like,
and then you had your phone,
book.
And you had your phone inside the book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
correct.
we got a
and then Eric made us sing. Oh yeah, read
you
your
got
questions.
What are they?
I have a lot of friend requests on Switch, so.
I feel like I don't know what the newest questions are. Jesse, I don't know where the cutoff point for the new questions are. You're gonna have to delete everything from last time. I know you're posting a bunch of shit, but delete whatever's old because there's way too much shit there. I will briefly touch on the fact that we, for the first time yesterday as a company, rolled back an update. We released an update for Postal 4. It added exploding cars. We were so happy. Took a couple extra days than we thought it would. And then we uploaded it. Everybody left, went to sleep. And like that, we had to roll it back that night. Turns out it was crashing for everybody. So, A, if you didn't see it happen, pay no attention to what I'm saying. And B, we're sorry about that. Also on top of that, we're working on the Tuesday update for the game, which is the next major update to add more missions, and look for that in the next couple of times.
Is that the one that I played?
No, you played what's there now. Actually, I would like to say that at some point in the near future, we're going to do a live stream where McKinley plays Postal. And the only reason this is now happening because she finally played my game for the first time in 6.5 years. But she's a gamer now, right? I mean, I've said that a few times, and I feel like I'm a broken record with this, but it is odd to me that my game-hating wife is now a gamer. And it's like I leave and I come back and she's gaming, or
it turns out I just hate games with other people.
Right. Well, that's like we even tried to play Rocket League, and you were just getting fucking annoyed, and you're like, "Can't I just play around in the practice area?" Like,
yeah, I don't like other people hitting the ball for me.
She didn't want to have any competition. She just wanted to like hit the ball with the car.
I like the kind of games where I always win. So I think that's why I hate games. I'm too competitive and then not good at games. So it's too hard for me.
I just want to win. Yeah, you do enough winning, all right?
Yeah.
I'm used to, all I do is win.
Sing.
No matter what. All I do is win, no matter what. I don't know the words after that, but when it go up.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And they stay there. And they stay there.
Are you raising the roof on our podcast?
Yeah, I thought, is this the radio that we're listening to?
Basically. Evgeny Bogatsky wants to know, are the streamers going to read the chat at least? I am. It's just flashing by too fast. I don't have enough time to pay attention to it, which is why I have somebody posting the questions in another box.
Why don't you just scroll, though, and, like, name one of them?
Name one what?
Like, read one of the questions.
Oh, I mean, no.
Understand
that's why I have your Animal Crossing best friend, Jesse, posting questions into a sheet over here.
Where are we streaming right now? I'll go look this up so I can read.
YouTube is the main one.
YouTube?
I'll text
should I share it or something?
Should I send you the link on the group or?
Yeah, send me the link. And I will, instead of looking at that, find some of the slurs dancing on the YouTube.
There you go. I just sent you guys the link to this so you can see. So anyway, wife is a crazy gamer now. It's fine. I don't mind it. I do make video games for a living, so it's about time our worlds collided. I wouldn't say Animal Crossing and Postal are in the same league, but I did get her playing Saints Row the other day. She is starting to play Saints Row, and as it turns out, we learned this with Zelda actually. Twin stick controls. If you didn't like grow up playing video games doing it, they are fucking hard to learn.
Yeah, how do you keep Link like looking behind Link? And then I get so motion sick, and then I don't know where I'm going, and then these guys come and kill me, and I don't have enough apples. It's crazy.
Right, and I'm trying my hardest to teach you and not scream at you at the same time.
It doesn't work. He always screams. It's probably like the biggest arguments we've gotten in is either if I'm driving in real life, which is
I let you
maybe
drive
4
to my
times
parents' house a couple weeks ago. That went okay.
And you were on the phone with Vince.
McKinley, somebody asked who the Karen is. I think that's referring to you.
I'm a Karen?
I mean,
would you like to speak
tell him
to
I want to talk to his manager. Tell him I want to talk to his fucking superior.
There it is.
Yeah, guess she's my own personal Karen.
No, Mike is Karen, if anything. Well, I don't know. I don't want to.
I just want to make friends with the manager. I don't want to speak to them in an angry method.
He just would like a refund. It's not. You know.
I don't actually want refunds unless what I get is total shit. I just want it right.
I know my hair is looking sexy. Thanks, buddy.
Wow.
I really like the salt and pepper-esque thing. Like,
yeah,
you kind of look like a professor, maybe.
Like I said, it looks like Mike isn't home. You know, maybe you can shake some of that salt and pepper on your pancakes or whatever you put pepper and salt on.
This is how everything porn starts.
It is. It looks like your pancakes don't have any salt and pepper.
I brought my own.
Oh my god! There she goes with her dad jokes. Dad jokes coming in hot. Sticky bombs in Postal 4. I don't know. Yeah, just say that in the chat to John. Maybe John's listening. Torino says, if I give $1,000 to Mike's wife, will she say my name?
Yeah, I'll give you my Venmo. I mean.
Yeah, why don't we have our Venmos up here like we were DJs?
I mean, I do have a donate link. I do have a donate link, but it's to the company.
I'm unemployed and quarantined right now, so I have a lot of time.
Oh yeah, by the way, my wife's unemployed.
Well, I'm furloughed. I'm not officially
unemployed.
You know.
You're collecting unemployment, correct?
Correct.
I thought they opened the strip clubs back up.
My Venmo, if you want to put it up on the screen, is at Kinky Kelly, which is my maiden name.
Now she's just Kelly.
Kinky Kelly is a reference to Clerks 2, for those who haven't seen Clerks 2.
And the sexy stud.
Kelly can be a guy.
Kinky Kelly and the sexy stud.
Hey.
Yes. And the sexy stud is the horse.
Right. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Neppy-chan gets it. Neppy-chan fucking gets it. Gilbert wants someone to say gabagool. Babe, can you say gabagool like in Italian?
Gabagool. I
Eric,
don't know how to do Italian. I'm not really a...
Gabagool.
There you go. I just want to some gabagool with my sandwich.
We got a lot of mouths being. Hey, these guys, they're lighting fire. Why are they lighting a fire? I don't even,
All right.
I don't know if
question from Dat Boy 2. Should I buy a bidet?
Absolutely. It will change your life.
My wife was not a fan of the bidet back in the day. When she first started dating me, she wouldn't use it ever. Now she has her own.
Really?
And she still won't use mine because she loves hers more than anything in the world, except animals.
Well, I just have my own. Well, I have my own like getting ready bathroom. It's kind of my area, and then you have yours. So I'd rather just not go where you poop.
Jordan Poops a lot wants to know when you're coming out with your own OnlyFans.
That's a great question.
Mike said I can't. Well, I shouldn't, because of my political aspirations.
No, because of your current job. I don't care about your political aspirations.
Yeah, you can like do anything and become president.
Those are gone.
No, but I'm a
grab
woman.
a pussy, show a pussy, whatever you want to do.
No, I'm a woman though. I mean, it hasn't happened yet.
So you could do 80% of the OnlyFans that we can do.
Right, and I would be making less money than I would make.
Pay you 80% of what they would pay me.
OnlyFans said that I would only be good enough to have a page if you did it too, because they want the money to go in your name for some reason. Like they don't want me to actually have any.
The Handmaid's Tale.
Say
we do live in Gilead, so anything you do, they have to pay me for. So
why isn't anybody asking me if I'm gonna do a OnlyFans?
Because
Eric, are you gonna do OnlyFans?
I mean, if there's a market out there for it.
I mean, you won't know unless you try.
I can do that thing where I tuck it.
You don't have to do that.
Well, I've never been on OnlyFans.
You have to pay somebody to make it worth anything.
Your OnlyFans?
Eric, your boy in Chicopee wants to know when he can start supporting you on OnlyFans.
I mean, I guess I should get that set up. I need to get one of those ring lights first.
Yeah.
And I need to get like some white bed covering, to roll around on and take those pictures where it's like, like somehow I get my butt in it.
You already have a good name.
You can never get your butt.
You already have a good name for it. It could also be called Saint Varela.
Now we're talking.
These chicks don't even know the name of my band, but they're all on me like they want my salt.
Yeah,
and
lube
pepper.
is important too. Less than $5 a month. I mean, yeah, here's the thing. If you're gonna charge for something like that, and you're like, oh, it's $25 a month or $50 a month, you're really missing out on volume. I'll do it at $3 a pop. Get 1,200 of you.
1,200 fans. I would love to meet those 1,200 people.
I still don't have $1,000 in my Venmo.
I'm really sick of these people not sending any money to Kinky Kelly on Venmo. Kinky
that's
Kelly.
pretty much it.
Well, remember, babe, while this is live, the live audience is not going to be the vast number of people that listen to this. While there are currently 63 people watching, which isn't that many, but it's enough, we will at least have 64 people that stream it later off of the podcast app. So maybe you'll get a couple dollars. Send your shekels over to Kinky Kelly on Venmo.
Cool. And then if I get to 2,000, I'll start an OnlyFans page, and the highest donor can pick the theme of my OnlyFans page. Vikings.
Animal Crossing.
Oh, somebody wants me to tell a joke. I'll tell a joke. Are you ready? Here it goes. I tell dad jokes. Sometimes he gets them.
I don't get it.
McKinley's thinking about it.
Say it again.
I said I tell dad jokes. Sometimes he gets them.
Sometimes he gets them.
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard sometimes I get them.
If she wasn't deaf, she would have understood it.
Yeah. If there were subtitles, if we'd rehearsed this, what's my favorite one? What's my favorite one that I've been doing? Why do mermaids wear seashells?
Why?
Thank you. Because they grew out of their bee shells.
I see.
Eric did grow out of his bee shells too.
So
I know he's at
the
least a
disturbing
C now.
part of that joke is that this female is still at a point where she's growing out of her seashells. And do we really want to be joking about that?
Yeah, that's like little kid shit right there.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, she's talking about a very young mermaid, if you will.
Yes.
But
sorry, it was a mer.
Putting down.
It was a mermatron.
A mertween.
The laws of consent in the world of mermaids is different. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's like 15. That's like when that's when
this is going in a great direction.
Oh.
The last time I was there, it was 15, but I don't know if it's changed.
The last time you were under the sea.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a seat?
Harvey Weinstein took me on a nice little trip.
Oh, you know what? I actually, that was an interesting thing I was going to have you do. My wife, as you can see up at the top, she's done some voices in a few of our games. I figured she could read a couple of her lines out loud for you guys right here.
So right, and I just heard myself.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Tell Gozer to shut
I'm
up,
excited.
Please.
Gozer!
My dog is out
Come
there
here, baby.
barking.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Taste freedom, my animal companions.
Hey, that's a good one.
Hey, that was good.
Do another one. Wow, you didn't memorize the script.
No. What was the Harvey Weinstein one? Do you have those lines anywhere?
I mean, probably, but I'm not going to go digging for them.
But like a lot of them were like, I remember when we did that recording. Gozer, come here. When we did the recording for it, it was a lot of stuff that I would never say in real life. So maybe I wouldn't be a good actress.
Like, no.
I can't really. I'll be like, oh, let me get into character, and it's exactly me.
She would record the line, or she would read it, and she'd be like, oh, I don't want to say that.
That's so rude.
I'm like, but I'm
now
paying
that I've seen
you
the game.
nothing. Why can't you
and
just
then my
say
husband
it?
just and then my husband just yells at me for an hour while I record this. He's like, louder!
Actually, when you came in to record those Paradise Lost lines, the Taste Freedom, My Animal Companions, you had just come from an emotional event at work. She used to work at this really expensive like getaway resort, and she had done this team building event with her coworkers with these horses, and so she was all weepy when she got to the studio, and I'm like, well, this isn't good. You're supposed to be angry. And it was very hard to pull a performance out of her that day.
I was like quitting, and I was like finding out I was quitting, and I was like, I don't want
to leave. Speaking of performances that were difficult, do you remember when we were recording back in the day over at Marcus's, and his friend gave me that dab?
Oh, yeah.
And that was a bad time.
Yeah, that's like really far. Like it's a long drive. And don't dab. That's our advice.
Yeah, it was. Oh
never
God,
a good time.
That was bad. That was, I'm sure.
It was like, Eric's doing good. Eric's doing good. Eric's doing good. And
I am not doing good. Like dabs will get you every now and then. We walked in the door
to Marcus's house, and then he's like,
he calls me and he's like, I can't leave. I'm like, what happened,
yeah.
man? He's like, I'm really, really, really fucked up.
So, it was hurtful. But I did get the lines done.
Marcus has done a podcast or two with me. He does all the regular mail audio in the game. He is in the weed industry. He works in the lab for the downtown dispensary in Tucson. So he's always like cooking distillate and shatter and dab shit. So he's got
pretty much ruining my life.
For one day, he ruined your life.
I was like, am I going to die?
I mean, you ruined your lines.
Someone in the chat wants to know if you're a cringy social justice warrior, babe.
Me?
Yeah.
Like thinking that equal rights are human rights, or what do you mean? Like just all social justice? Yeah, totally. I like any type of resistance. Rebellions are built on hope.
She is also African American, for those wondering. Her family is from South Africa, so.
South Africa.
True story. If you think that's cringy,
my mom has an accent.
Then, deal with it.
I would say I'm the next generation. Mike is probably the biggest feminist in our household, though.
That's true.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, but he doesn't like.
I just want to free all the nipples.
Right. Like we
particularly mine, right?
Yeah.
Particularly Eric's nipples. They're really long. They look like little straws.
No, they're kind of like bell-shaped.
Yours or mine?
Probably. Yours.
They look like little...
Not mine. Mine are fantastic. That's why I'm a feminist. Depends.
When I'm fat, they look like somebody's, bent a pepperoni. But right now, they look human.
Just a little human.
Yeah.
I know Eric has watched some of it, and McKinley has not. But the Disney Gallery show on Disney Plus, which basically is a behind the scenes for The Mandalorian, is just fucking phenomenal.
I actually still haven't watched any.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I know I was supposed to last night. I'm sorry.
No, not only did you say you were supposed to, you're like, I already did.
No, I said done and done. You said you need to watch this, and I said done and done.
Well, that's the problem with done and done, because then you forget. As someone with ADD, I can't say okay because I didn't actually hear what you said, and then 5 minutes from now, I'm like, was I supposed to do something? And Mike's like, ah!
Well, Dennis, I know I'm drinking Pepsi without sugar. Usually it's Coke Zero, but at the Target, they were out of Coke Zero, so here we are.
I thought our sponsors changed.
No, just yours.
Our sponsor today is McKinley's OnlyFans. Just send $5 to $10 to Kinky Kelly on Venmo, and that will help sponsor our show. It will help sponsor my unemployed wife.
Correct. If you want to watch me just stream all day like this, as I pick up oranges and apples.
It's not just that.
Animal
it's you
Crossing.
doing that, and then the game is going. I'm sure you guys that have played Animal Crossing will get that. I had never until she started playing it.
I thought you were reenacting sexy times.
Well, it's probably going to get to that point because at some point in life she's going to only speak that language.
Yeah, I'm going to be like A, X, Y.
Pick up flower, drop flower, berry flower, pick up flower, drop flower, berry flower.
Sell flower. Buy new flowers.
Tom Nook going to buy yo flowers.
Redeem Nook miles. Visit other people's islands.
There.
Okay, Eric, you didn't watch fucking Gallery. What have you watched?
What have I watched lately? Okay, so I've been watching the
news.
Probably the worst miniseries I've ever seen in my life that I can't stop, and that is Z Nation. And it's your typical zombie thing, but with possibly the worst acting and writing and storyline I have ever seen. But for some reason, I just can't fucking stop watching this thing. I'm invested in these people now. It's really, really bad. Has anybody else even seen this?
No.
Wait.
McKinley won't watch zombie shit. Well, actually, she did watch a zombie show with me. She watched.
What did I watch?
That funny one.
Yeah, I watched an episode. Was there a season?
I can't remember what it's called. It's a funny zombie show on Netflix. I don't know.
It's like Zombie High or something.
It's not.
It's like.
But
it's like a high school
this one a comedy, but I've seen very little actual comedy in it.
Well, anytime a commercial for what's the zombie show that everyone likes, The Walking Dead, comes up, I'm like, no, I don't even like to see it.
We can watch like the most violent movies, but a zombie commercial comes up and she's like, tell me when it's off.
Someone's like slamming their head in the door and you're like closing the door a million times and I'm like, oh, that's fine. But if there's I just hate ugly zombies.
What were we watching the other day and you kept having to turn away? You're like,
probably Dune. Dune.
I was watching
the David Lynch.
I was watching a YouTube video last night. It was talking about why the Dune movie by David Lynch was not great. And it kept showing the Baron Harkonnen, and every time they showed his fucking diseased face, you were just like, "Ooh, tell me what it's on."
I would never want to see that again in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Well, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, well, that's what your future husband Eve Izzy's face is gonna look like.
Well, I only want to look at pretty stuff. I only want to watch Gossip Girl and the Vampire Diaries and.
Excuse me, you watch What We Do in the Shadows.
Well, they're cute.
Which Eric hasn't watched, which it's way up your alley. Instead, he's watching fucking Z Nation.
Basically, anytime Mike and I talk to anybody else, Mike's like, oh, you haven't even watched this yet? What are you doing with your life? And they're like, I don't know, literally everything else.
No, that's not the truth. Eric watches plenty.
We just shame people.
Eric watches plenty.
I do. It takes me a minute.
I remember a couple weeks ago.
He has a lot to do.
I was like, Eric, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm watching Ozark. And I'm like, but you have so many other things to watch.
Well, but
he wants to be just like Ruth Langmore.
You know what? Actually, here's the deal. Right now, you know what I'm really addicted to is any show where the life is just going wrong. Because that's what's happening around me.
You should watch Devs then.
Have you seen Devs?
Well, that's all you had to tell me. That shit was going wrong. You didn't say anything about that. I thought it was no, okay.
Devs is on Hulu. It's a FX show. It's with Ron Swanson and a couple other people, but
it's a crazy thriller. Yeah. It's just and it's perfect for you, Eric. You'll get it way more than I get it.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. You're making a smart comment.
It's got that
because you're a man.
Vibe. He really loved OA, and it's got that OA vibe for sure.
I miss OA. I wanted to know what the fuck happened, and now here we are.
You know what
I
happened?
don't know what the fuck happened.
They woke up in the real world, and then it's over. That kind of works.
Living in the real world.
It worked.
Like that?
Is that a song?
Hey, will you sing a Wild Stallion song since we got a Bill and Ted trailer yesterday?
Wild Thing.
No, Wild Stallion.
You make my heart sing.
That is not the.
I read your mood ring. What's the next words?
I read your mood.
If you're gonna make up your own words, the next word is whatever you want it to be.
Jesus.
Wild Thing. You make my heart. Whatever.
Someone did ask, please let me send your wife money, Mike. Please, bro, please.
Literally, I'm still checking.
I think he doesn't want to send you money over Kinky Kelly. I think he wants to send it to you over OnlyFans. Most people don't just want to donate. They also want to jerk off, right?
Yeah. They want to donate twice if you get what I'm saying.
have them message me. Jesus.
There it is, guys. It's pretty easy.
Turns out.
Where did Eric? Is Eric messaging me?
I'm still here. Don't worry.
It just blacked out. I don't know.
It did. It's because
someone
I'm checking
asked if
Square
we
Cash.
watched Ozark.
Yeah, we do, and
Yes.
I can still hear you. I have to get a plug for my iPad because it's. I'm prepared.
Oh,
Wow, Eric.
I prepared well.
You're so prepared that you're plugging it in now.
That's correct.
Yeah,
I had
we
to go
all
back
did
to my
watch
office.
Ozark. It's an unsettling show. Very well done. It's like watching the upside down version of Arrested Development with a slightly smaller family.
As I said, Eric loves Ruth Langmore. He wants to be like her when he grows up. Mike probably relates more to that Helen lady that, is the lawyer. And I relate mostly to, hold on, wait for it. Maybe that,
Jonah?
No, probably the crazy brother that I'm in love with.
Oh, Ben.
Oh, Jordan.
I called him Jordan.
Because
he looks like Jordan. Oh, so that means you're in love with Jordan.
Looks like.
And for those of you that don't know, we have a friend named Jordan that now that I am bringing now to my attention, he does look very much like that.
After watching it twice and us finally telling you, you're like, oh, that guy.
Every time he came on screen, I'd be like, Jordan!
Do you think that they have similar...
Yes, I'd hope so. Mental...
Twin dongs.
Mental health issues or...
Twin dongs.
Obsessions with me? I'm still waiting for that guy in Ozark to message me on Kinky Kelly Venmo too, but...
Venmo's not a communications app. You can chat after you've paid somebody. So if somebody wants to send her money, then you guys can talk in the comments.
Okay, tell them I'll talk to them in the comments after they send it.
Or you can add her on Animal Crossing. Well, on Switch. If you add her on Switch. It's actually her Switch friend code. I don't know why I put Animal Crossing.
Yeah, and I'd actually prefer fake money, like bells on Animal Crossing, if anything.
She just wants bells.
Thanks, Jesse. Huh? Yeah. Yeah,
Just
Jesse
bells.
just gave me a bunch of bells and fossils the other day, so I sold them all. He's such a nice
kid.
boy.
With that accent of his that sounds kind of like
Yeah.
your family's.
Yeah, like he'll send me a voice message, and I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And then he'll play a voice message on your phone, and I'm like, oh, what's happening
Babe,
again?
Someone wants to know if we have kids. Eric, where'd your camera go?
I left him in the car, but
there you are,
no,
Eric.
we don't
I'm
have
having
any
technical
kids.
difficulties. I'm back.
It just said E-Vizzy across the screen for a couple seconds.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes just to assert dominance.
Erat. Jesse says he gave you 2 million bells.
He's lying.
Dang.
You're
What would you
lying.
do for 2 million?
Bells?
Yeah.
I guess nothing, because I didn't do anything for Jesse. Now that sounds weird. Hi, Mom. Just gonna be listening to this.
Eric, I had told you to prepare a topic for this.
You
I
did?
thought I was the topic.
What is your topic for today?
So here's my topic, and it's a question more than a topic. But 2020 has provided many challenges for everybody. Every day I wake up, something weird happens. Today I woke up, found out that my office is closing. I didn't lose my job, but now I'm working at home forever. So every day it's some sort of bullshit every day. So the question is, what do you guys think is what for the rest of 2020? What are we talking here? What's going to happen? Are we going to see an earthquake? We're going to see more riots?
They have been talking a lot about how Yosemite is like way overdue from exploding, and
like super volcano.
Yeah, that would just like wipe out the entire Pacific Northwest. So
I mean, if we're going broad range subject, I think that's the key there. I think there's going to be some sort of natural disaster somewhere, maybe not here. Could be in, let's not be U.S. focused.
Right, our wildfires just like tip of the iceberg kind of shit.
I feel like we're probably going to have to start expanding out into the universe, settling on space stations like in Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century, Disney Channel.
Or The Expanse.
I was or The Expanse, I guess. That was my kind of next thing. anyway, so that's kind of where I'm thinking, like, only people with, negative COVID tests can go settle on Mars. And then it's basically quarantining in a whole nother planet. So hopefully it doesn't, we can kind of rebuild, kind of like Noah's Ark, a show I saw on PBS once, where you just kind of brought all the not sick people, and I don't know. That's what I think is going to happen.
Joel Tagle in the house. Hey there, buddy.
I see that. I see Shorty the Kim.
Yeah, my God. So I found a really great picture of Joel, and I'm going to show it.
As your background photo?
It's not my. It should be my background photo. So I was on Tinder, right? And I'm looking for love, and then I run into Joel.
Aww. He's so cute.
Oh, he really
so
is, and I love blonde Joel, by the way. This is now the third time I brought that up, so I'm sure he's super pleased with that.
The world now sees that Joel Tagle is a nice little trans girl.
And he's 43, according to.
Are you 43, Joel?
No.
Joel, I can't believe you're 43.
Oh, okay.
Someone in the chat said, I'm on Tinder for 5 years and I've never had a match.
Well, you still have to swipe.
You got to swipe on all of them,
If
dude.
you've swiped no to everyone, then you're not going to get a match. You just have to do what Eric does and say yes to literally everything.
Hey, you've got to.
Right, Eric unfiltered, clears all filters.
And he puts the reach as far as humanly possible.
Yeah, you just have to go with if you can only pull a 2 or a 1, then that's just what you do. And then the other ones will smell that you've eaten, and they'll be like, I'll let him snack. You just work your way up.
You came over the other day and I could smell it.
Right.
I was all over you for a second. I was like, whoa, yeah. I haven't been around people for a while. Sorry. And you were kind of looking at me like, why? She's not normally this friendly towards me. Why is she being
no, you are. I mean, you just have to get a little bit drunk, and the next thing I know, your hands are on the pants. You little pants grabber.
Oh my! No, I am not. You're a hand puller.
He did say he only swiped left on racists. Well, I would match up with you then. If you swipe left on racists, then we're good.
Which way's left? Is
Bad,
that yes
off,
or no?
Go away, racists.
Swiping right is the way to the match.
Yeah, right is right.
Right for the peen, left for the door.
Well, I went on Tinder for a quick second, in 2014 probably, and then I'm really bad at responding to messages, so I didn't do much. But then I met Mike, and then I was like, he's fine. He'll do if I don't have to swipe anymore.
Right.
And now we just swipe together.
Right.
Yeah.
Eric, you're the one that brought up the 2020 thing. What do you think is coming?
Yeah.
I really think natural disaster is 100%.
I mean, it is becoming hurricane season right now.
Right. So we could get another good one of those, maybe an earthquake, maybe the super volcano. I don't know. It's a pretty busy Saturday. I don't know if we'll have time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think hurricane. I'm going to go hurricane. That's I'm going to put my money on that. We're going to get back in the day New Orleans style destruction that needs federal response. And
okay, that's a lot more. That's a lot more likely than my situation. But
and what's yours?
Aliens.
I already told you that we'd expand out into the universe before.
Well, we do have a space force now, so why can't we?
Yeah. Well, I
by
think
the way, that is a good topic.
It can't be called that.
That is actually a good apropos topic because I don't know if you guys saw that it turns out Netflix owns the trademark to Space Force, and the government didn't trademark it before Netflix did. So it appears that Netflix is going to own the trademark for Space Force, which is pretty similar to what happened to us back in the 90s when we trademarked the word postal, and then we got
nobody else had thought to yet.
Well, yeah, and then we got sued by the federal government, and we won with prejudice. Suck it, onion bitch.
Let me ask you this: the post office doesn't call themselves postal, so that's not a thing. But couldn't technically then Netflix send the United States government a cease and desist order?
Yes. But
and they would have to change the name of it?
It depends, I believe, because I want to say when you trademark it in a field. Like they're trademarking it for entertainment. I'm not sure they're.
I thought it meant Netflix is now in charge of the Space Force. Like whoever is in charge
I like
of
that
Netflix.
better. Could they just now be in charge?
They're just gonna
because then that would make sense with like Black Mirror and everything.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that would make more sense. It probably couldn't be run any poorer if it was Netflix.
Well, it would be run well, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody would get their DVDs in the mail on time.
Nobody does that anymore. There's probably 14 people that do that.
I like that.
AOL.com email addresses.
Pornhub in charge of NASA.
Pornhub is a well-oiled machine. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's put them in charge of NASA. Who else can we put in charge of some shit?
Russia's really in charge of everything.
Right, but who would we put in charge of the Navy?
Ooh, the guys that make that Flex Seal shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the tape they put over the... Yeah, because I'm led to believe they can fix all kinds of leaks with that. And let me tell you, if you're in a submarine, that sounds like a pretty good...
I like the meme where it's like police brutality. Slap it, fix it with more police brutality.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the Flex Seal stuff. That's a good idea. Flex Seal to run the Navy.
Flex Seal runs the Navy. Who are we getting to run the IRS?
Well, you don't have an office anymore, so it could just
Mike's
be
brother? I don't know. Yeah.
Mike's brother? Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows spreadsheets and stuff.
Brian does love spreadsheets. He'd probably be pretty good at
it.
But like, what
I love spreadsheets, but I don't want to.
What company would be good at it? Like Squatty Potty or something?
What about Amazon?
Oh, we should just let Jeff Bezos run that shit.
Let Jeff Bezos run our taxes. I mean, fuck it, he already is.
Basically.
You know?
He doesn't even pay any, so he might as well run the IRS.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, let's take the middleman right out of this fucking thing.
Someone says running with scissors in charge of the U.S. government.
You don't want that.
Mike shouldn't be in any more power than he already is.
It's true.
Just like how Dumbledore learned.
Who would we put in charge of Tesla if it wasn't Douche McSteen?
George W. Bush.
I think Bill Gates should run Tesla.
Oh yeah.
Bill Gates should run I don't know, farms or something.
Isn't he running fixing this pandemic single-handedly because no one else will or something? Or?
No, I believe what you meant to say is that he's installed 5G to control us with microchips.
Right, because the microchip's not already in your hand.
Yeah. Oh God, what would it
we
be
all
like
saw the
if we had
Kingsman
something
or
that
whatever.
Could track us fucking everywhere.
How
Don't do it.
Can we stop them from tracking us?
Yeah, how can
was
we
it
stop
Kingsman,
them?
babe?
Yes, it was Kingsman.
With Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, everybody gets free phones," and then their phones turned them into crazy people. Like all of a sudden they were like, "Wait, must go on date with Eric, must swipe right for Eric."
What was the line at the end of the Kingsman when she was like, "Save the day and then you can fuck me in the ass"?
Yeah, there was something.
It was totally out of left
and
field.
she's like, and she's gorgeous, and then the movie ended, and you're like,
she's like the president of Sweden, and she's being held captive on this ship, and then he sees her in the thing, and she's like, "Save the world, and you can fuck me in the ass," and then they did, but it came out of nowhere. It wasn't like this movie was filled with butt sex jokes.
Can we add that in Postal somehow, because that sounds like a good mission.
I mean, Postal doesn't have any sex per se.
Well, it's not going to show it.
You can put a gun up a cat's ass.
That doesn't count as sex.
What if instead of saying "fuck me in the ass," she says "f me in the B"?
BH. When we were kids, the term for this was J to the BH, which was Journey to the Brown Hole, and it was just everybody's path to their first experience.
I think that's a Black Mirror episode too.
Brown Mirror. It's a Brown Mirror episode.
Brown Mirror. Brown Mirror. It's a show that's like Black Mirror, but at the end of every episode, somebody just gets plowed right in the ass.
Right.
Every single episode, that's what happens.
I think Eric needs to watch Kingsman now. Let's just add to Eric's list. Just stop watching Gilmore Girls.
Actually.
Stop watching Gilmore Girls.
But I forgot.
Oh yeah, Eric's favorite show of all time.
Gilmore Girls.
What, Gilmore Girls? It is the best show of all time.
But you've never watched the new show. But you've never watched their new show on Amazon.
What is it called?
Called, babe?
Is it a spinoff?
No.
Why am I interested?
Old-timey New York show where the girl becomes the comedian.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah, the Marvelous Mrs.
is written by the Gilmore Girls people.
My parents.
It kind of sounds like them.
Right, and it's all the dialogue. It's like exactly the same.
Well, because it's probably what's her name doing it again.
Gilmore.
Her name
Rachel
escapes me right now. Amy Sherman Palladino. That's what
Correct.
it is.
Yes. Oh yes.
But damn.
Yes.
I know what he's watching next. He's not going to watch fucking Gallery. Babe, Hellskull says, I have a beautiful wife.
Thank you.
If you
but
think
he's
she's
Asian,
so beautiful,
so it wasn't
press $7 on
you.
Venmo for Kinky Kelly.
$7.
Yeah.
I'll send you a special surprise.
I don't really know if I have anything more to talk about since I have no shows or movies to talk with Eric about anymore.
You didn't prepare any questions for me? I thought this was all about me, babe.
Okay.
It has been.
What was your first video game you played, Mike J's wife?
Ever was probably like Mario Kart, and then we got this Switch.
You mentioned that earlier.
As a grown-up, I didn't play any games, and then I got furloughed, and I finished school, and then I painted 4 rooms, and then I got injured, and so I had to take it easy. So Mike got me Animal Crossing, and now I don't even have to garden in real life. I just go water my plants and design my yard.
And now you've spent more time in Animal Crossing than you ever did in any video game combined in the history of your life.
115 hours since May 15th.
Hot
I don't
damn.
even think that's that much. Yeah, but whatever.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So now I'm like, wow, this is really like, this is all I want to do first thing in the morning. I have to really like stop myself. I have to be like, okay, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, and then you can play.
Somebody called you a sexy kosher catch. I got a sexy kosher catch.
My goodness.
Say some more postal lines, McKinley. Say some more postal lines.
Okay.
Why don't you go back to your side of the border? Come on.
I'm not going to say that. That is so awful. My favorite one is that Harvey Weinstein one.
Don't worry, it still tastes the same. I'm telling you lines and you're just not repeating them. Now I'm just saying them.
This is a lot like when we were doing the married thing and I was trying to read your vows to you and then you just look at me and I'd be like, no, you have to say that now.
Oh, by the way.
Sorry, I have an attention problem.
By the way,
sometimes
McKinley,
I'm like, oh.
There was a clarification. I didn't get a sexy kosher catch. You got a sexy kosher catch in me.
Oh, yes.
That makes more sense because you're a lot more kosher than me.
I'm not kosher at all, but I do have a Hebrew national.
Right. Oh, great. Yes.
Say some lines from the game.
Okay. I'll go just to warm up. I'll be like, I'll do my taste freedom animal companions. And then in the back, and then you have to yell and say louder. Otherwise, I can't really get
louder. You need to get into character.
I think I would rather have have a threesome with Harvey Weinstein and Louis C.K. or something. What was it?
I wrote that line. I remember that.
Wait, what is it? It's something. It's Harvey Weinstein and someone else.
Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah, it's like something like the guy comes up and he's like, hey, or the dude. I'm sorry. The dude comes up and he's like, hey, do you have any dirty work for me? And then I'm like, I'd rather have a threesome with Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby. Go back to the border where you came from, or something like that. Even though.
Here, I'm gonna paste.
Unless the dude's Canadian.
I'm gonna paste a few lines for you in our chat, and then you can say them for people, and they can jerk off to them later.
This costs $1,000, everybody.
$1,000.
$1,000 a liter.
Okay, looking at my messages.
Testing wasn't around back when I wrote it, Torino. It's hard to
Do
keep
I
up with
look
all
like
these
I'm hiring?
sex-
Do I look like I'm hiring? Do I look like I'm hiring? Maybe you should look for a shower first. Here's an idea. Try looking at the bottom of a ditch. The first place you should be looking is out of my sight. Why don't you try looking under the wheel of a speeding bus? I like, I know where you can find a job, up your ass. and then I hate this one, but
this was
I don't
a special right here.
Yeah.
Ugh, this is so not. I'm not this demographic.
Say it now.
You look like a fart I can't trust.
That works. That works for me.
Yeah. I knew that one was good.
Yeah, I hated that, but it applies mostly to Mike because he's had a couple of those recently.
Here. You're the sharter of the two of us. Just because my last name was Schachter before you're the sharter.
Well, okay, that's literally never happened to me, and it's happened to you like twice recently.
Yeah, well, I was sick. Sometimes you shit a little when you fart. It happens.
No, I'm saying that Epstein wasn't around when I wrote those lines. That thing that had.
I mean, he was around.
But yeah, we just did that. It wasn't like a thing. I could have said it. People have been like, "Who the hell are you talking about?"
Right.
Well, my review of the game, now that I played it, and now that I've been a gamer for 115 hours, plus other games, I guess.
4 thumbs down.
But now that I'm a gamer, I liked the voices first. And then I probably liked that second scene. That was probably my favorite part. Right, Eric?
The second scene.
Yep, absolutely. Very good. Hey, nice callback.
Scene.
Nice callback.
Yeah, thank you. And then I liked going up in here and I'd be like, whose voice is this? And then when he gave me all the weapons so that I could kill people and go rampage, a lot more yelling happened because Mike was like,
no, I start putting her on a rampage. And she's like, can't I just ask people for a job? I just want to ask them for a job.
Yeah, I just want to do the nice postal thing. Just post.
Real quick, Michael Lesnick is asking if Postal 4 is in GeForce Now. It is actually there as of yesterday. You can't access it through the menu. You have to launch Steam within GeForce Now. There's an ability to launch Steam. Then you log into Steam, and the data is not cached, so you have to install the game every time you want to play. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass right now, but it does work. Jesse says you need to play Saints Row 4. She's playing Saints Row 3 right now, so let her get through 3. It's going to take a while. She has to learn how to do it. But, yeah, I think we can call it a day now. We did our part. I would like Eric to watch some shows that we can talk about next time.
Done and done.
We'll just plan that.
That's your
accordingly.
Homework? Yeah.
I mean, me and McKinley watched a fuckload of Dune stuff in the last 2 weeks, but you didn't.
Okay, well, watch some Z Nation.
Mike would never do something that someone else asked him to do. It's only what Mike wants you to do.
That's not true.
Oh my, thank you.
But I'm not going to watch something that you say is horrible.
Well, thanks for having me on the show. I rate this episode maybe a 72, which is passing at my university.
172?
Even worse. Okay, if you want that to be the... Yeah, I do that. I can't wait to be on every week with you guys because this has just been so fun. I know that you guys...
It's probably better for everybody else, that's for sure.
Right.
It's really nice to get out and still talk to the same people I talk to all the time. So I feel really refreshed.
Welcome back to Earth.
Yeah. Can't wait to go on a little road trip with you tomorrow and also speak to you then. Love you so much.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I want to thank Eric for helping us out here. I want to thank my lovely wife, McKinley. If you haven't bought Postal 4, get your copy on runningwithscissors.com. And, Tuesday is coming soon in the game, so keep an eye out. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
And only the same song, that same song can lead me to the